So there is an actual assassination attempt at the Mallead's life, and the attacker commits suicide, and the Mallead reveals that this attacker worked with the same female assassinator who was waiting for the Mallead in the Mallead's bed back when the main character couldn't transform from a fish to a human. You remember that female assassinator? That person's working for that female assassinator, and over the years, the same group of assassins had been attacking the Mallead. The Mallead never actually told the Emperor about this because, at the time, him and the Emperor did not have a good relationship with each other. And these assassiners, when they commit suicide, they just don't drop dead. They literally melt. They melt into sludge. And this would be hard to, convince anyone. The main character himself states that he wouldn't believe it if he didn't see it with his own eyes. It was horrifying. And honestly, hearing about it and reading about it was horrifying. So the ex-witness, the two mid-nurses, the women who help you deliver, and a physician who was involved in the delivery are all found to be dead. They died not long after the Mallead was born, all dying around the same period of time, all looking like suspicious deaths. Maybe not the physicians, but the other three's deaths were highly suspicious, making the Emperor very more displeased because every time he tries looking into it, a new deadlock happens. Thanks to the advice the main character gives the Emperor gives a good idea of what could possibly be the criminal. So the main character tells him, hey, maybe the ingredient involved in the poisoning, making the nutrients medicine into poison, is probably what we need to look into. Do we know any countries that have issues or problems with us that we can easily get hold of this ingredient and could put this ingredient into our harem, put it into the Mallead? And the Emperor gets a glint in his eyes knowing what the main character is talking about, but he won't tell the main character or Mallead what he's kind of figured out. So the main character decides to do some snooping himself and finds out that in the past, when the Emperor was a young man, he went to war with a smaller country this ingredient can be found in. This country is now under the control and power of the Emperor. Now, the Emperor didn't go on a rampage of going around fighting countries to put this country under his powers and grasp, but this country threatened the Emperor's country, their home country, threatened to attack them. So the Emperor, as any wise Emperor, decided to go to war with them to protect his country. If he died, he died. He died honorably by protecting his country. Well, he wins the war. This country is like, well, we don't want to, be salvaged. We don't want to be murdered, specifically the royal family. And so the king of this country hands over his daughter to the Emperor. And the Emperor's like, okay, this is perfectly fine. I won't slaughter any of you. You will stay your positions. You'll just be lower than me. You'll be you will serve me, but you will kind of keep your position, like a regent or something. Except the princess that he hands over to the Emperor as a consort or concubine, and the Emperor had no intentions to giving her any sort of other than stuff she was worthy for her position, decides she's displeased by this and tries killing the Emperor. She gets murdered, and her family are turned into slaves. The royal family are turned into slaves for her actions. And I'm like, girl, you could have lived a good life. Your family was the first one to start this war. And you're the reason why your family now a slave. And you're going to act like you're the victim? You the victim. Your family could have lived a good life. You could have lived a good life, but you decide that you want your supposed revenge on the Emperor. That you try killing him. Also, I was already suspicious of the Sixth Prince's mother, and at this time and point, I assumed that she was at concubine, that she was at consort. Somehow she survived being, killed, executed, somehow ended up as a servant of the Empress, got the witness to harm the Mallead, and was probably involved in the deaths of the other two princes. I was like, maybe she's this. The Sixth Prince's mother is this consort that's supposedly dead. They do need to get some answers, so they go hunting down the second prince's mother, who was at the time around when this consort was brought into the palace, and she gives all them the information she knows. Then she tells them that because she does this for them, she wants them to find a good home for her cat. The cat, who tried attacking the main character back when the main character was a fish. And the main character's like, yeah, I can do that. But the cat is not having it. The cat does not want to leave its master, literally runs away from the new masters the main character and Malid found for it, returned to the main character and Malid and was showing it wanted to go back to its original master. Being a full-on loyal cat, wanted to be only with its master. And the second prince's mother actually was upset with herself after she gifted her cat away. She wanted her cat back, but couldn't do anything to get her cat back. But since the main character returned her back her cat, she's like, thank you very much. I'm happy now. I'm very happy. And sending back the cat, they find out that the Coal Palace's guards have been switched out and changed, which is not normal to happen. So ever since the main character told the emperor to look into the ingredient and the countries this ingredient comes from, the emperor has not had any contact with them. And this is suspicious, especially when they learn that the guards at the Coal Palace has been switched out. The Malid and the main character are starting to actually get real concerned and really worried for the emperor. And when the Malid and main character are called to by the emperor, they realize something's bad's about to happen. Things are going to go down. And they arrive, and the Malid's the only one allowed to enter the room. And the main character's kept on the sideline. A new servant was what came for the Malid, and now another new servant comes for the main character. And this servant states that his son is acting up and needs the main character to come with him to calm the son down. And the main character's like, yeah, no, my son is supposed to be at my palace, at mine in the Malid's palace. What is he doing here? And the servant's like, oh no, your son was called for after you guys were called for and was brought to another room. And the main character's like, yeah, no. And the servant tries showing him that yes, they do have his son. They have the boys' bracelet. And the main character's like, no, nope. So he takes the bracelet, hides in another room, confirms through the system that his children are with the head servant. And the head servant, when he realized stuff is about to go down, when another servant tried to come get the children and realized something bad was about to happen, snatched up the children and rushed to the Malid's maternal home and warned the Malid's grandfather and cousin of what was going down and what was happening.